Yeah. You have a very unique name. You
Yeah,
really
it's
do.
it's 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 Neely, but everybody says Nelly. I've been getting
Yeah,
that since
you
I was
said
a little
Nelly.
girl.
Wait. So it's Neely.
It's Neely.
Okay,
It's
I'm
it's
gonna keep that in
country.
my.
It's country.
It's just like it says Nelly. Shaunte
Nah,
Nelly.
nah.
So we start saying Neely.
Yeah, it's Neely. Nelly, I don't be tripping though. Nelly is fine. It don't matter.
Yeah,
It's cute.
yeah. Okay, we're gonna get the show started. Everybody wanna know, we can start getting to know who the great Shaunte Neely is today. I've been knowing Shaunte. I met Shaunte, what was that, a year before, like year before the pandemic, right?
It's been
When I
a year
met
and
you.
a half, probably. Yeah,
Yeah. And she's
yeah.
very talented, y'all. She's so talented. What drew me to Shaunte was she had like these cosplaying her artwork. And I ain't never seen it like that. I had to ask her, like, did you draw that? Then it
Yeah,
came to what was the next question was was you when I was like, would you be my cosplay hero for me, please?
hmm hmm
Okay, so Shaunte, tell everybody what you're about, Shaunte. You tell everybody what you who you are.
I've been an artist my whole entire life. I've been always drawing, sculpting. I learned how to sew at a very young age. I actually sew by hand. I've never used the sewing machine on any of the costumes I've ever made, either for myself or for anyone else. I'm kind of old school. I'm very particular about detail. So I like to do it kind of by hand. It's a little bit more of an experience, but when it comes to drawing, like I said, I've been drawing since I was a little girl. Like I always knew I was. Well, I didn't know. My grandmother knew that I was going to be an artist because I was one of those kids that didn't scribble. Like I always colored in between the lines pretty perfectly at a very,
Uh-huh.
very young age, and you know what I mean. It was just like I cared about shadowing and stuff and all that stuff when I was only 5 or 6 years old. So it's just something that like at first I didn't think I was really gonna make it doing it, but I ran into some bumps in the road throughout my life, but I finally got the opportunity to do what I love to do. And it's not even about money, it's just about doing like being successful in my craft. And yeah, like I said, I am a cosplayer as well. I'm from the hood and all, but I am a nerd. I love everything nerd like. Love my superheroes. So yeah, I do make all my costumes, and if I do buy them, I do alter them. I've only have two costumes out of like my 20 or 30 that I've actually even bought. So I've gone a long time. I started cosplaying in 2011 and I've been cosplaying ever since. And I kind of work behind the scenes now just because life has gotten busy. But I do make my costumes myself. I do all my makeup myself, and I have cosplayed a lot of things that I've drawn. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the gist of what I really do outside of regular job. That's basically what I do. I am a writer. I am working on a children's book, so I got a lot of stuff going on. I do model and do some other stuff, but being an artist and a cosplayer is my biggest deal.
You're multi-talented. You're very multi-talented. Like the cosplay. Now I gotta give you cosplayers props, man, because there's no way I'd be able to do that. I mean, the sewing, how you guys put together the suits, uh, and how you just get it all together like that. That's very creative. Uh, how long does it take for you to do something like that? Doing like a suit, when you getting the materials, and are you up like all night doing that when you getting your
I
when you
mean,
get
I
stuff
try
done
to,
like that with the costume?
yeah, I try to get as much done within like I don't know, I like challenges. I'm so it's kind of like I'm very weird when it comes to it. I don't really know how long it takes me. I think that I'm just very, very attention to detail, and I think I can get anything done within a few weeks to a few months. But it's like I'll go over it again and like get like the smallest details I need to do. Like the costume that I did for Violent Bird, you know what I mean? I took a few months on that, and I took my time on that just because, it was, you drew it in a way where it was like, am I going to be able to be comfortable in this? We have to think like when we see these
Yeah,
comic book characters and we see these cartoon characters, it's like, okay, yeah, we love to do those costumes, but then it's like, is it manageable? Like, am I going to really be able to wear it? Because we have to remember this is a drawing. So I have to really, really find ways around, you know what I mean, how something is drawn and how it's going to fit on my body. And that really is what takes the most time. Once I figure that out, getting the materials and stuff like that is really not, I got a good eye. It's not, and I understand what's good for my skin. It's not really a big deal. I just do take my time. Like I said, I don't use a sewing machine, so it'll take me some time, more so than another person would. But I mean, it's worth it to me because if I make a mistake, then I can easily correct it myself. And I just like to just be a little bit more hands-on. But I will be sewing machine learning eventually, but I do so by hand. But it's a
that's
lot of
cool.
work. So sometimes it can take from a few weeks and it can take to a year, depending on what you're doing.
Oh yeah, it does.
Hmm.
So when you were doing this cosplay thing, how did you know when you started making this? Was you very young when you started making your own like Halloween costumes and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, when I was younger, my grandmother, she was, a seamstress and she sewed and stuff like that. So she always made my costumes. She always made my Halloween costumes. We never went to the store. I grew up pretty rough. We didn't have a lot of money. So she just knew how to get a lot of materials and just kind of make things for me. I even learned how to make my own school clothes because that's just
Wow.
it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough.
Huh?
And so it kind of I didn't really get picked on. I mean, I did, but I didn't, you know what I mean? Because it was kind of like nobody could get what I had on at the store. So it was kind of cool when me and my grandmother would kind of sew up some things because that's just how I had to survive. And so for me to be doing it kind of professionally now, you know what I mean? I have a lot of passion in it because it comes from a deeper place. So when I make a costume, I don't half-ass it. I definitely go all the way with it, and I even do tests with it to make sure it can withstand a con and make sure it can withstand bumping into people and all that stuff. So I definitely I give a damn. You know what I mean? It's not just for popularity. It's something that's is really dear to me. So it's bigger, you know. So I just continue to do it. Like when I started to cosplay, I didn't even really know that much about it. Um, I went and I noticed that there wasn't that many black people in. Like when I started, I'm an OG. I'm an OG in the cosplay world. So when I started, it wasn't really that many black people that was kind of doing it. So I felt like I needed to really stand out, and I really needed to just kind of bring more color people. And I wanted people to see like this is how we can do this. This is how great we can do. Whether you buy it or make it yourself, this is just what we got to do. We got to just show our creativity. So yeah.
That's very wow. I mean, it's like I said, that's like a gift that you have. I mean, that's not something just someone just have like, well, I just made my own school clothes. I don't. That's I mean, to me, that's that's amazing because there's
I mean,
no way.
I still do that now. Like, if I feel like I'm kind of in a rut, after bills and do whatever, like, if I have clothes, I don't throw away clothes. Like, I'll find a way to keep whatever item I have. I don't just throw away messed up jeans or throw away a messed up shirt. I'll find a way to make that into something because I save material. I save all my materials, fabric, all that shit. So it's just kind of like, when I'm kind of like, damn, I want to go shopping, but I really can't, I can find a way. I can make something. I'll make something. Have some of the stuff I've worn in my modeling pictures I've made. So
That's why I say you multi-talented, man. You are so multi-talented, and it always amazes me
well, it's because of my
what you can
grandmother.
do.
She did that. Yeah. Thank you.
It's very amazing. Um, what what was your first comic book you read? You know, to make you make you love comics. Like, what was your first comic book you read?
I don't remember what issue, but I grew up on Batman.
Really?
I was one of those. I was a tomboy. You know what I mean? You wouldn't guess that now, but I have a tomboy attitude. This is just how I look on the
Like, come
outside.
on, now, you know I
But
know.
yeah, but you know me. You know how I really am. But I ain't no sweet pie. But so Batman for me, just cause like I said, I grew up a little rough, and I was in a really bad neighborhood. Been in a lot of bad neighborhoods throughout my life. Been in a lot of shelters and group homes and things like that. And I always, wanted to think about this hero that would come save us from these bad guys and these people that was robbing and trying to kidnap kids and do all this weird shit. And Batman was that for me. Like I said, I can't remember the issue. I was very young, but
Well, that's because you can
Batman
relate.
is
You can relate to the
Batman
hero
is the
because he was.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah, Batman
you can
is the
relate to him because he went through
first.
a lot.
And I stuck on that, and I just kept going and going and going. Into a lot of other, Spider-Man, a lot of other comics and stuff like that. So that always inspired me because I just kind of felt like, okay, yeah, it wasn't make believe for me. And so, cosplay isn't make believe for me either. I just feel like that's just a place for you to be able to express who you really are on the inside. And a lot of us are afraid to show. And so that's another reason why, I stay being a nerd and I stay doing what I do because, this helped me, this saved me, saved my life. You know what I mean? I could be I've been to jail before, but I could be in jail still. I could be someplace else. And when I began to get really focused and cosplay more and draw more and be around better people, like it just saved my life. So it's just deeper than that.
I
Yeah.
believe. You know what? I can relate to you. It saved my life as well, and that's what I
Yeah.
think what I love about art. Not just
Mhm.
comic books, but art
Mhm.
itself. It really
Yeah.
saved me from going down.
Hmm.
Keep going down the wrong path what I was
A
going
rabbit
down.
hole, a different path,
Yeah,
right?
and
Hmm.
I feel like you know uh, God got ways of talking to us and with our talents. So either
Hmm.
it's gonna be my talents or I just keep going down the wrong rabbit hole. So
It was
like I
the
said,
reason
comic
why
book.
we were given these talents. I mean, I ignored
Yeah,
my talent for a long time. I had, in my 20s, I had those 20s moments, you know what I mean, for a good
yeah,
decade where I just was like, fuck the world, I don't care. I lost a lot of people in my life. I lost my grandmother. I was going down a certain road. I didn't draw anymore. I didn't do anything that I loved or cared about. And so when I started up cosplaying, it kind of bringing everything back. But then, like, when I really got with, Trenton, who I'm with now, when I got with him, he really, really he really allowed me to be a little more free with myself and be more on my nerd side because I'm always like hood and tough all the time. And it's like, I always felt like I had to be that way. And
to
I
protect
don't feel
yourself.
like I don't have to be that way all the time anymore. I can really embrace being a nerd, really embrace drawing, really. And now, I mean, I have my own business that you know what I mean? Hopefully I can get a store by next year. Like I'm really working towards a lot of things. I have a whole bunch of things going on. And I just feel like it was just because you have to. I mean, we don't know where these gifts come from. You know what I mean? To wake up and to just be able to draw something just because you can draw something, I mean, it's pretty impressive. So I feel like I don't want to waste that, at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
I mean, my handwriting is shit, but for some reason I can draw whatever I look at. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you just gotta just embrace that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Tough nerd Troy is in the building. He said, awesome. He just made it to the show.
Mhm.
Glad you're here, bro. Thanks a lot. Um, so after you did all the, the drawing and stuff, did you like attending like art school lessons, or everything was just naturally born to you? Just
It
everything
was
just
it was it
came
was
along.
natural for me, but I definitely did go to college. You know what I mean? Just because I wanted to. I mean, just never, you know, it's never not it's you can it's always room to grow. You know what I mean? It's so many different techniques and different things that you can grow, whether no I mean to learn whether you know what you're doing or not. And I liked it to see other artists and how they move and how they do things. Like I might learn something. And so I study artists all the time still to this day. You know what I mean? Like I look at a lot of different ways, like, oh, I never thought of that method, or you know what I mean? It just gives me an idea of like, okay, to put with my own creativity and put with my own talent. It's like, okay, maybe if I try to use this method, this might help too. So I always, I mean, it's natural, of course, but you can always still learn from other people. It's never
Yeah,
wrong. There's never nothing wrong with that.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Now, when you go shopping for your art supplies, do you get everything, or did you get things that you just need specifically? Because me, I know when I go get art supplies, I'm grabbing things I already have, things I don't have, and next you know I'm in there with everything, or like 4 or 5 different other things and 7 8 things I already had. Do you ever do that?
Well, it's funny because I don't have anything in my head when I go art. When I go try to get supplies, I'm almost kind of trying to maybe see if I come up on something new that I haven't tried. Like maybe a pencil I've never tried, maybe a color, like a marker I've never tried. I already kind of like, I go into shopping there just like I go if I go to the mall. I do not like to be there long. So I kind of in my mind, it's like, okay, sometimes it'd be like, I'll go and get something specific just because I'm working on a specific project. And then there's
Yeah,
some times where I'll just get a gang of stuff, but then it's like you can run the risk of just having a whole bunch of stuff that you probably ain't gonna use for a while. So it's like it depends, you know what I mean? It kind of just depends. Sometimes I'm just in the mood to go get supplies so I can just have enough. So it just depends on, what's going on, but I don't really I'm like a kid in the candy store when I go shop for supplies and materials and stuff like that. Like you just can't bother me. When I'm in there, I'm in a different world. I'm doing what I'm doing.
yeah,
So you just kind of get whatever draws your eye. And it's like, oh, I've never heard of this pencil before. I've never heard of this pen before. You just kind of go with your gut and just be like, hey, let's try this. I never draw any of my pictures the same. All my pictures look different, or they're drawn
yeah.
differently with something else or something else.
I was gonna ask you that. That like the Mario you did with the Kufta.
Mhm.
Was that color pencil, or was that the watercolor? I can't
See,
make.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of people just never know, and it's funny. It's funny because I be like, I don't be knowing what to tell them because I use like 10 different things, you know what I mean, on just one picture. Like it'll start from, of course the sketch. And I sketch still. I'm faithful to the lead pencil just because I'm very meticulous. I have OCD with fine lines and because it helps me pen a little bit better. Um I use I use different pens for different penning, so I don't really know. But for Mario, I use a thicker pen just because I knew I was going to use a lot of color and detail. And it wasn't going to matter. I just wanted everything to carry smoothly. I use charcoal a lot to make some of the colors blend. I feel like charcoal makes a lot of colors blend pretty well. And I used watercolor markers, you know what I mean, and colored pencil for the outfits and the darker colors and stuff. So I use a couple of different things. I definitely use a couple of different things. Um,
Your
yeah.
very mysterious to me because I'm like, is that a color pencil?
A lot of people don't know what I use, and I like that because it gives people something to talk about. Because it's like a lot of times when you see someone's picture, you kind of can almost kind of know, like, oh, they use this, this, and that, and the other. You're never gonna know what I use on my pictures. Like, it's just, I don't know, all my pictures. I don't never use the same stuff all the time on any of my pictures. They're all gonna be different, use different stuff. I just, whatever I feel that's good for that picture at the time, that's what I'm going to use at the time. Whatever was good for the picture before that was good for before that. So it's just going to always be different.
Yeah, yeah. Now, with the cosplay community, the way it's going, do you feel like the community is uh, still together, or is there any race issues going on with it, or is everything is okay with the community? Because I think sometimes it has issues of race, of some racism actions going on, but then again, it looks like everything comes back together as okay. So, what do you think about the community? Do you think it's okay? Uh, do it.
Unfortunately, I think that it's not okay at times. I feel that there's a lot of bad seeds and bad eggs that kind of mess up something that's supposed to be about unity and supposed to be about, people who have similar interests that are probably not accepted in the real world. So it's just kind of like to come into a community and then have these bad seeds kind of pick away at, what's supposed to be something that's powerful and supposed to be good, it's supposed to be like a safe haven. It's unfortunate because it is a lot of racism in there, unfortunately. I mean, I'm, like I said, I'm a cosplayer, and so I've done costumes where I have been bullied. You know what I mean? I get praise too, but I have been bullied pretty bad before, and it comes with the territory at times, but it shouldn't. But it does come with the territory. It's like me being a black woman, well, black and Asian, but it doesn't matter. I'm an African American woman. I feel that, like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, you shouldn't do this and you can't do that, character, and I don't see things like that particularly, and I think that I have to kind of try a little bit harder when it comes to my artwork. I'm not, because I'm a black girl, I'm kind of ghetto and rough around the edges, and it's like I have to really, really push my art super, super hard because it's like I'm a black woman. It's just kind of like I'm gonna always be second best, and so it's kind of like it's hurtful, but it just it motivates me, it makes me work harder. The community itself is not messed up. It's just a bad couple bad seeds that come through every now and then trying to fuck up shit because people get intimidated about other people being happy and joining with forces with each other and trying to do something positive. So you're always gonna get that no matter what. But but the community is, I'm never going to give up on the community. You know what I mean? I've been part of this for too long. You know what I mean? So over a decade. So I've been in the game pretty long. I'm not going to give up on the community at all. So
What advice would you tell someone who's trying to be, uh, who's trying to be in a cosplay community, cosplay? What would you give that person, that young girl or young man?
I would tell them, to be honest, I would tell them, hey, you're gonna run into some stuff, but I need you to be strong and just continue to do what you want to do. You really, really love this, and it's something that you really, really want to do it. Just, they can't allow these people that are just haters and weird because they want to have a good time to kind of step on their toes about wanting to do something that's supposed to be enjoyable. I mean, I would just tell them, just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Leave that house, put that costume on, walk in those doors and own that shit. Like, it's just, you're going to get good and bad. It's going to happen. You can't run away from it. Don't let no one steal your joy. It's a lot more good people out there in the community than it is bad, trust me. So
Yeah.
don't stop doing, don't not do what you want to do because it's a bunch of idiots out there.
You have a children's book coming up that you're working on. How's that coming along? I mean, can you elaborate on it, or is it just still in the works?
I mean, it's still in the works because I got so many different things that I'm like doing right now, but it it's kind of part bits and pieces of a little bit of my story, but it's really about fatherhood with a son, and it's a little bit around Trent. You know what I mean as well. So I'm using his likeness for the child that I'm going to draw, and it's just
Okay.
it's yeah
So
it's
you both
kind
put
of
each.
like yeah, it's kind of like a kid who's he's small in stature and he's a nerd, but he gets bullied by other kids at his school, and some of the kids that bully him at his school are the same color as him, and so he goes home a lot and says, why are the kids that's messing with me look like me, Dad? And so there's like this thing that there's this relationship between the father and the son, and the boy just wants to be a superhero. You know what I mean? And so he's picked on because he has this little cape and stuff that he wears at school. And he doesn't understand why people that look like him are messing with him. So there's a lot of lessons that his father has to talk with him about. And it's fun though. It has a lot of fun parts in there. He has a dog and he's running around and being a superhero. But it's pretty deep. It's in depth. It's not just for kids. It's just like a parent can read it with the kid.
Okay, yeah, that's something that's great to have. To share with. Just like that's like a whole family tale to
Hmm.
let people okay to talk
It's a
about the things.
story. Yeah, it's a
Well,
real story.
yeah, I dig that. I dig that for real. I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that.
Me too, too. I take my time with greatness. Like I said, that's not the only thing I have in the works. I'm not rushing it. I still have a lot of things going on, but that is not going anywhere. I'm definitely still going to do that. I'm probably hoping to have some cover art for it either by January or so, just to kind of show everybody. So we're
Hmm.
hoping. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make sure
Hmm.
I follow up on that. Um,
Hmm.
what are some of the movies you like, Shaunte? Are you a horror fan? What kind of fan
Yeah.
are you with movies?
I'm a horror person. I don't know. I just always like scary movies since I
Really?
was younger. Um, I like all types of movies. I really don't, I don't stay in particularly one genre, but I definitely am drawn to the more thrillers, horror movie, kind of gore a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I'm just intrigued with it because I'm not really scary type. So it's like I'm just more of like looking at like what's going on and what would I do and just the storyline of it, because a lot of people don't think scary movies have storylines, but the ones that I like in particularly they do. I mean, I like movies like Saw and Final Destination and stuff like that, stuff that makes you think that can happen in real life. I really fuck with that.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can get on that one. So, what's your
Mhm.
favorite nerd movies?
My favorite nerd movie? I mean, of course, are we talking animated or are we talking just in general?
Mario, what you
Because I don't know if I got a favorite, but I mean,
favorite? Like,
I got some tops. Um, I like Iron Man 3. I like uh, I like the original Spider-Man. Um, I like I mean, like I said, I can't really. Well, Batman, even the animated series, I mean, is my tops.
yeah.
Uh,
You didn't too much care for the Catwoman movie by Halle Berry?
I'm not talking about that. I don't I don't know what was up with that, but I mean I love Holly, but I just that story, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what was happening with that. But I don't know where they were trying to go. But I love Holly Berry in the suit at least, But can't go wrong with her. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that Batman versus Superman.
Are
If
you like
I wish, I really wish that it had been not so quick in the story. Like it could have went a couple of movies in between. But
yeah.
I just feel like at my age, it was still really cool to just have been alive to see that. So I think that I'm just kind of stuck on that childhood part of me. Like it was just kind of cool to just see that happen. You know what I mean? I've been waiting for that shit for a long time. So, it was kind of cool. But I don't know. I love a lot of shit, man. I can't tell you.
Are you ready for Shazam? The Rock
Huh?
Shazam. It's coming out.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I haven't, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm waiting for that. I mean, well,
I
not
think.
Shazam. I'm thinking about what's his name with the Rock, but no Shazam. I mean,
I mean, Black Adam. I don't know
yeah.
why.
'Cause I'm like, I don't, yeah,
Black.
Black Adam. I'm excited about that. I think the Rock is perfect for that. I'm just excited because I'm just like ready to see some damage. Like I'm just ready to see what's gonna get down. I'm
And
just
oh,
it's gonna be mayhem. I'm trying to make sure I am turned all the way up for that.
yes.
I'm gonna be red tea. I'm gonna smoke my and I'm gonna go ahead and do and have me a good time. We're gonna have a good time for sure. I'm gonna be excited to watch that.
Yeah. Um. Is there any conventions you love going to? Any of your favorites that you go to that you love to go to?
Well, it used to be called Big Wow, but it's Silicon Valley now. That was one of my favorites. That's one of the ones that I broke out in a long time ago. It's kind of one of the largest too. Um, yeah, that's probably I have a lot of bittersweet memories from that con. Like I said, I went to that when it was called Big Wow. So that was a long time ago before they changed the name. And I just, that's probably one of the ones I always looked forward to. It was really cool to go to the one when they finally did one in San Francisco. That was kind of cool too. But I don't necessarily. I mean, I feel like the ones that I can see most of my friends. That's what I look forward to is being able to see most of my friends, hanging out with the kids, taking pictures with the kids. Of course, making my money. But it's like whenever I'm able to just see friends that I'm not able to see, that it's a good time anyway. I don't really have a necessarily favorite. It's just whenever I'm able to see my good people, some good people, it's like it's the best time.
Okay. Okay. What's the best time of you when you create, night or day?
Nighttime is
Night.
when I get in the zone. I am a night owl 100%. I like being up because I just feel like it's quieter, no, just even in the neighborhood or just in the house, like it's just everyone's wind down, like it's just my time, no one's bothering me. I like to really have all the little lights on and just create, I like the night. I don't know what that's about. The daytime get on my nerves. I don't know what that's. They get on my nerves. I just feel like it's like someone's always calling your phone, someone's bugging you, something's going on here, you gotta go here, you gotta go there, run errands. I don't like to be trying once I get to in creating, I don't like to take too many breaks. So I feel like I'm less bothered at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a night person too. I don't know what it is. I just love stand up at
No,
night.
I know you be posting, oh, I'm up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I be up right with you. I'll be like, yeah, I know. I can't sleep neither. Hmm.
What is do you have a favorite drawing snack when you draw?
Do I have a snack when I draw?
I mean, what's your favorite snack? Do you have any favorite snack that you crave when you draw?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't really snack too much when I draw. I feel like cause I'm like I said, I use so many different things. I have so much stuff on my hands. I hate getting up and going back and forth to wash my hands. So maybe if so, maybe some cheeses, some crackers, and some shit like that that I can just munch on. But
Okay.
if I'm gonna eat, I'm just gonna stop and I'm just gonna go eat. But I don't really like to snack too much. I don't want to get nothing on my paper, have to start all over and all that type of stuff. So I don't really eat too much or snack too much while I'm drawing.
As an artist, what is it? What is your pet peeve? Um, like, what do you what do you don't like as an artist that gets on your nerves that you wish you could do better?
Well, did I do?
Yeah, like what you could
Um,
like. You have,
I feel like I wish I would stop trying to be so much of a perfectionist. Like even when I'm sketching, even my sketch has to be perfect. You know what I mean? It's like I hate that sometimes because I'll spend so much time on the sketch. I have a lot of OCD and anxiety when it comes to my picture turning out a certain way. And
uh-huh.
so I feel like my basis, my baseline, my sketch, I feel like my sketch damn near got to be perfect. You know what I mean? I just wish that I would kind of loosen up a little bit sometimes and just kind of like I know that I can go over it later on before I pen or do whatever I gotta do, but I'm just very meticulous about that. I get very, very weird about my sketch. All the lines, all the circles. I just get crazy about it. I'm like, no, that's not perfect. It's not right. And it's like
Yeah,
I won't go to next level. I won't go to next step until I feel like that sketch is right.
yeah, well,
And
that too. Because I'm not gonna lie, like if I see something that's not right, I'm struggling. I would get up.
mhm,
I have to walk away. I just do whatever. I watch some TV or something. Then I go back
mhm.
and I correct whatever like getting on my
Oh
nerves on
yeah,
my.
I be staring too hard. And even after I'm done with a picture, like another thing I hate is that I will tear myself down. I'll tear my whole picture down. I will tear it all the way down. Like everyone around me is like, damn. And I'm sitting up here like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I can't believe this. I could have did that better. This and that. I have a problem with ripping my shit apart. And I wish that I would just take a step back and just kind of like, because my art is everything to me. And I feel like I don't, any bad or negativity or critique or something like that makes me feel like it's gonna drive me off the edge because it's like this is something that's in my heart. This is not just something that I do. And so it's like if it's almost not perfect and I just feel like shit. And I'm just trying to kind of ease up a little bit more on myself because I'm pretty good at what I do, but when I look at my own artwork, sometimes I be like, "Oh, this is garbage," and I just be like, "Oh, girl, you tripping, man." So it's just a little weird, It's just anxiety.
I think that happens to all the artists. I think we all go through that. Like we
Yeah.
we we see something we like, and if we're not feeling it, we get irritated or we just hate it. Tear it up,
Hmm.
you know.
And it might not even be that bad, but to us, it's like, oh, fuck it, like forget this.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
What do you got? Have you ever been through like if you had an art teacher? I mean, because I know when I was going to school, I had art teachers that always told me, you should be drawing that. You're supposed to be drawing a fruit or an apple. But I was always being the the arch enemy of not drawing what I was told. Have you ever
Hmm.
you in school? Like you supposed to draw something, but you end up drawing something else and not what they was told to draw?
Oh, I do that all the time. I ain't give a fuck what they were talking about. I don't want to draw no damn apple. I don't
Yeah,
want to draw. I don't want to draw that vase over there. I don't want to draw that window. I don't want to draw what you can't. as an artist in my mind, you just can't tell me like that what you want to draw. Would you like me to draw something for you? That's one thing, but you can't just tell me to go draw some shit and it's gonna be crusty. I'm just not gonna I have to want to draw something. That's just how I operate. I have to want to draw it. Like I really do. I have to want to draw it, or it has to be, ask me with some respect. I feel like some art teachers just be just getting at you just to get at you or something, and I'm not drawing none of that. So I gave a lot of my professors, a lot of my teachers a hard time. I was a very rebellious type of, artist. I definitely just was like, fuck all that. I'm drawing what I want. So that's that's just how it was, man.
Well, that's
That's just
how
what it was.
I anyone like that. And I'm like, I get my mom would get calls. Your son is not cooperating in the classroom. You just run whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
That's
ask
how
you.
it be.
Oh,
That's how it be.
oh man. So, Shaunte, is there anything you want to let everybody know what you're working on? Or got anything, other projects you're working on, and I can contact you and look at your stuff, your website before you go?
Yeah. Well, I did. I tend to do this every time something particular comes out. I did a Sonic package, which everybody kind of knows. I drew a lot of the characters from Sonic the Hedgehog. This time around, I'm drawing a lot of characters from Super Mario. So I'm working on a big project, like a big package for that. I'm trying to get as many characters, as many things from Super Mario as I possibly can, just to kind of put in my portfolio. I got a couple of cons that I've been asked to kind of guest do a couple of things. I can't really talk about too many things right now, but supposed to be doing some stuff coming up for some cons and some other work. I've been submitting a lot of my artwork again to some Sacramento galleries. My artwork was in galleries earlier this year, so I'm hoping that maybe by next year
Congratulations.
I can probably be in another gallery. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I got a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm still modeling. I'm still doing what I do. I still host. I still got a couple of shows, and I'm working on a new show. So that'd be like three for me. But
New
I
show?
don't know.
You
Yeah,
got
it's gonna be all just me by myself though. So yeah, it's a lot, but I got a couple of things,
you,
and
but you got nerve talking about me.
I don't know
Oh,
what
wait,
I've been saying. What I've been saying about you.
you busy, you forget about me. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
All
Yes, you don't be trying to show off for these people. You be forgetting about your sister. Okay.
the
Yes,
time.
you do. I be like, damn, he just forgot. Like, what happened to hey girl, hey sis? You just be gone into your little business. You just be gone. I have to hit you up and be like, hello.
I'll
Ugh.
be there. I'll be.
We used to talk all the time. Now I'll just be like, all right, forget him. Mhm.
I gotta make sure I fit in the schedule because I love to see you grow. I see you process, and I'm just happy for you. I'm happy for all your endeavors that you're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything else you do. As the years go on, because you're very, like I said, you're very talented, and like that Vanna Bird suit was just phenomenal. I just wish at the time it could have been, like uh, for the pandemic, because that would have been so phenomenal for people to meet.
I know because it's like I was like, damn, I need to like wear this out. Like I spent so much time on that suit, so much
We're gonna,
time.
we're
Oh
gonna
my
for sure do it.
god, yeah.
Tough Nerd, you have a YouTube channel.
You know what? I'm actually I couldn't find my old one. I'm mad because I had some subscribers on, but I'm gonna be doing a new YouTube, you guys. I'll probably be starting it not this week. I'm pretty busy, but within the next week or two, I'm gonna be opening another YouTube for myself. It's gonna be me, my life, my artwork, videos of me making stuff. Like I'll be having a new YouTube, but you can find me on my new Instagram is Miss Queen 710, and of course Facebook, Shaunte Neely, my newest page here. And I do have a lot of groups. I have two groups. One is for mental health, and it's called You're Not Alone. And then another one, the art group is called For the Love of Artists. They're doing pretty well. I've helped a lot of people. I
All
do
right.
drawing lessons, and I do women's counseling as well. So, hit me up. Anybody want me to draw something? I'm your girl. You want me to make something? I'm your girl.
Yep. Very fast.
Yeah.
Well, I drop her links. I will drop the links. I get the links from my guys, and that I'll drop it in on this live when the video is
Mhm.
completed, and I'm gonna drop it in the comments for you guys to click on her links. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, Tough No Returns for real, man. We'll do a show together. You got it, brother.
Yeah.
We must. Um, Once again, I want to thank Shaunte for coming on. She's a very, 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 very talented person, and she puts a lot into her work. And it's someone you should know. I mean, check her out. Look at everything she's doing. I mean, she's very phenomenal. That's why I called this
Um, Shut.
Shaunte.
Oh,
No, you really
shut.
do great.
Okay. Don't make me blush up in here, man.
Well,
You know I
well,
got the cheekbones now.
she's good. I want to ask because, like I said, check her out, everyone. She's the truth. She's very talented. She really needs to be really, really looked at. So just check out. We want something. You love Super Mario. You love video game characters. She throws down on that. That's so it's one of the kind art pieces she does.
Don't be scared to DM me if it's about business or show some love. You can DM me on some positivity.
Yeah,
Positivity.
don't get cussed out.
Yeah, don't do that because you will.
Come now.
I was scared. No, I'm playing.
Thanks, Nerd Toys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. So any last words, Shaunte, before we get out of here? Anything else you want anybody to know? Oh,
Um, you fighting for your dream, and it might not seem like it's happening right now. That don't mean it is not gonna happen. You just need to keep going. Don't get discouraged. I get discouraged sometimes, but you just gotta keep getting there. Like you just don't never know when that door opens up. You just never gonna know. You can go from a down and out day to the next day be a whole opportunity for you. So don't give up just because it's not happening. Just don't look at other people's success and try to compare yourself to that. Do what you want to do and do what you love and just keep at it. Your success is going to happen when it's your time. So just keep
yeah,
that in mind.
that's right. Well,
Mhm.
thanks again, sis, and you'll be seeing this real soon once it load up tomorrow. And make sure you drop me. I get you a link and stuff. So I can put it so everybody can follow you. When I put it in the comments on the link, so I make sure I get that from
Okay.
you. Thanks again for joining today's show.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I love you, brother.
You too, sis.
Okay. Talk to you later.
All right.